Hey guys, how's it going? It's Sunday, and today I was going to do the rad swap on my old Mopar, but the wife's gone with the car, so can't fix it if it ain't here. It's a slow leak anyhow, so I top up the coolant once a week and it's good to go, but it's got to get changed. So I let her know that next Sunday, leave the damn car alone. I'm going to change the rad, so we'll do it next week. So, in light of that, I'm going to carry on where I left off in the previous video, which was on the running boards. Uh, if you did watch the last video, you know that I had located the front running board bracket in the wrong spot. So I got to clean that up and get them mounted in the correct spot. The middle and the rear brackets are fine. So I'm going to go ahead and get those done. I've come up with a different plan for the front bracket. These running board brackets aren't coming off anytime soon. Certainly not in my lifetime, and probably not in my kids' lifetimes either. So the front two ones, I'm gonna weld them in place. I'll drill out the holes of the brackets, make it a little bit larger, and then weld them around the mounting holes on the frame, and call it done. And if they have to come off down the road, use a zip gun, whatever. But that's how they're going to go on. It's going to save me a ton of time and BS and whatever. I'm tired of dicking around with this stuff. So I just want to get them on. So yeah, there's all kinds of stuff to do. So might as well just get after it. All right, so just like the other side, the first thing I got to do is get the fender off. It's on just finger tight, a couple of bolts. Go. All right, so here's where the rear bracket goes. These four holes here, these two and these two. So, but again, this rear bracket is shimmed out on these two further back holes so that the bracket comes out at an angle like so, in order to miss the fender. So I'm just going to use a couple of nuts to do that, and I'll show you that real quick because I don't think I showed it in the last video. Set up the camera and we'll go from there. All right, so we got our bracket, and what I'm going to do is two bolts through, and I got a couple of 3/8 nuts that I'm going to use for spacers. Like so. And that'll allow the bracket to be at a bit of an angle. Couple of lock washers on the inside. Ooh, that's hard to get at. Let's get one nut on here first. My fuel line is right in the way. Come on. Okay, there's one. Where did my lock washer go? How does something fall on the floor with nothing around and it disappears? All right, I got it. All right, so we can tighten that up, get the other two in, call that one done. All right, so moving on to the next bracket up, the middle one on the passenger side. What I'm going to do this a little different than I did the driver's side. I'm going to take a step bit, and I'm going to open up these holes a little bit. Battery's dead. These old DeWalt drills are nearing the end of their days, I think. Time to step up to Old Milwaukee, or Old Milwaukee's a beer. What am I talking about? One more. On. All right, so clean up the back side of that a little bit, just from the bit going through. And then I'll bring it over to the truck and show you what I'm doing. All right, so here we go. I've vice gripped the second bracket to the frame. I'm just ducking under the hoist here. So as you can see, because I bored the holes out of the bumper bracket itself, the holes are considerably larger than the ones that are in the frame. So you've got that lip all the way around here, and that's a good spot to weld. So all 4 holes. So I'll just run a bead all the way around, and on all 4 holes, and it'll be solid. And the method I'm using for this bracket, I'm going to carry on and do the front 2 brackets as well, same time. So I'll center this up a little bit better. It's off a little bit, but yeah, I'll center it up and then get it in the right spot and then weld it in. So over here, now this side isn't too bad because the holes are outside of this pocket here for the cab mount. On the other side, the holes are inside that that pocket. So it's a pain in the ass getting any kind of tools in there at all. So we're going to do the same thing here. It'll be these 4 holes here, and yeah, I'll clean up around them and then drill out the front bumper brackets and or running board brackets and do the same thing as I'm doing over here on this one. However, in the front, I've got to drop the truck down on the ground because the old hoist is in the way, and can't put the bracket in place with the hoist arm here. Interferes. So yeah, it's got to be done on the ground. I'll have to jack it up, put it on jack stands, because just to make it a little bit easier to work on and weld. I hate welding from the ground, but whatever. It's 8 little holes, shouldn't be a big deal, and we can call it done. Get this thing down on the ground and freed up, and then I can fit the running boards on and see how everything's working out. So that's the plan. So once I get all 3 brackets welded on, we'll start fitting the running boards. Oh. Lost my light. Whoa. Ah. I knocked it all out of whack. Damn it to hell. Oh, come on. How many times are you going to do that? Dumbass. Nothing to really hang it off of either. Can already see how much fun this is going to be on the ground. Even though the whole idea wasn't a bad idea, I didn't really trust the hold, so I added some welds around, and I'll clean all that up. And but it's good now. I hung my weight off of it, so you know, kind of suspended myself hanging off this thing, both my arms, lifted my knees off the ground, so it's solid. So anyway, now it's time to drop the truck and get after the front ones. All right, so I got it down on the ground on a couple of jack stands, so it's a little bit easier to work on. So I'll go ahead and get that welded up. All right, so the front bracket is on this side anyway. It's just vice gripped in place, but I figured I'd try the running boards first before I welded it in, and everything lines up right on. All the holes in the brackets, my angle for my rear brace is right on the money. So one nut is your shim to bring that out, and yeah, it's ready to bolt in. So I'm going to take the running board off, weld it in, and bolt it in, get on the other side, do that, and then my running boards are installed, and I can go ahead probably in the next video and get my rear fenders on permanent. So man, that's going to make the truck look so much lower with those on. Wow, very cool, very cool. I like it. So there you go, running boards done. All right, so there you go. This is actually Tuesday evening after work, after supper. Yeah, I didn't feel like doing anything yesterday when I got home. I was beat. But anyway, so the running boards are fitted. That's cool. Like I said, now I can go ahead get my rear fenders on permanent, because I got to make 2 braces for the back of the fenders, because they want to flap around like this, right? So put a couple of braces in. I'm just going to make them up on a round bar or whatever. Yeah, so moving right along, pretty much all the body panels are put together. Just you know, the front bumper, tailgate, and the hood put on. So moving right along, it's good. Yeah, if you like the content, please subscribe. Truly would appreciate it. And you know, tell your chums, help spread the word. And you know, don't be shy, leave comments down below. And yeah, that's about it. The biggest thing, please subscribe. And you know, if you're not doing anything else, get out in the garage and build something, man. Later, guys.